guys, what's going on? A little late me getting to this episode, recording, let alone posting. Life's been kind of, yeah, it's been crazy. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on, um, more than usual. There's always a lot of stuff going on, and I'm always doing a million different things, and I got a million different things from my mind. Um, but this is a little different. A few things have happened recently. It was a super busy weekend. Had a bunch of family by. It was nice, and it was cool catching up. My sister stayed over and whatnot, but some other things happened, things that were not great. Um, so trying to figure out what to talk about, and then it kind of dawned on me is like what's been going on at work has been crazy, um, and good and bad, but basically, a fairly important person left the company, and left a pretty big void in their wake, um, which is usually the case. But the problem is usually the void has structure, and there was existing things, and there was a knowledge transfer, and you get a knowledge base. So basically, leadership, myself included, and a few other people got a handful of new things added to their list. Um, just fine. I'm always up for a challenge and whatnot. I feel like that's been more normal than not normal lately. It seems like every other day I get another two, three projects, but I digress. The point is we're taking on these entirely new challenges with no plan, with there's nothing to go off of. You're almost building it from scratch. Some of these things weren't even done, not even like correctly, right, or every so often. Some of these things haven't been done for a while, and it sucks because I don't like working from behind. Nobody likes working from behind, but I truly don't. And I am all about process and structure and knowledge transfer and knowledge sharing, and the fact that there is nothing for some of these very, very important business functions. It's just difficult. So it makes it a struggle. So I've been working extra hours. Other people have been working extra hours too. I mean, and who doesn't? But like IMs and emails and different things and ads and whatnot, or like at all hours, like to the time I go to sleep, to the time I get up at like 6 in the morning, just constantly working. Now it's not like a perpetual working because I'm spending time with my family. I don't like I all about work life balance, so I'm not going to let that degrade. But I am far, far, far busier than I have been in a very, very long time. So you can so that's why I'm kind of distracted. It's a great opportunity. I'm very excited. Um, I got to have further conversations about what this could do for me personally and professionally from a compensation and an experience perspective. Um, I'm good at my job. I know why I keep getting things assigned to me and extra things assigned to me. I get it. It's worth it, and I do well. Not to pat myself on my own back, but I do well. Uh, but that's more of the reason why I've been super busy. This is gonna be a little bit of a shorter episode just to get something out there, get the message out there and whatnot. But like to kind of bring it around. It's okay to be overwhelmed at work. Be conscious of it. Don't let it dictate your mood and everything. Um, and know when to stop because sometimes it's okay to be overwhelmed. Like this is an okay overwhelm. Like I know I can knock this down. I can knock it out of the park, and I can make myself look like a fucking rock star, without messing with my work life balance. But there have been times when that's not the case. And you need to be okay and be realistic with that. If you're being asked to add things to your list without talking about compensation, without talking about different items, and you're not being realistic about it, well, then you're setting yourself up for failure, and you also have bad leadership. But the good part is I know I have good leadership. these extra responsibilities, these extra projects, nothing's been brought to me without saying, you can be compensated fairly for these things. And I'm like, absolutely, I would expect to be. If you didn't bring that up in the conversation, then we wouldn't be having the conversation. Um, but everybody knows better than that. I work for a good enough organization with really good leadership who understands that, and that's paramount. But you know yourself better than anyone. If I can just a few tidbits of advice, so this isn't a complete useless waste of an episode. You know yourself better than anyone. You know your limits better than anyone. Set your limits, set your boundaries, set your balance. It's all about longevity at that standpoint. I don't like this quiet quitting or acting your wage, but it's sort of in the realm. But know when to push and know when to pull back. Know when too much and know when too little. If you want to be challenged, and also don't be afraid to speak your mind about the opportunity. Somebody brings it to you, okay, where is this extra compensation to? That's not going to happen. Well, I don't really feel like that's a great use of my time, my skill set. You got to be realistic. Some people aren't going to like it, but the world is changing, and that's got to be the case. You just like I realized a while ago that whether logic dictated or not, if I worked hard, I would make more money, I would get more responsibilities, I can move up. That's not always the case, depending on the organization I work with, because I worked my ass off at some of my organizations, and it did not pay off the way I thought it would. Other people did because they were putting themselves first or they were utilizing the nepotism in the company to their advantage. Shit happens. I get it. Nobody's going to look out for you except for you. So look out for yourself. Look out for yourself and know your limits. There you go. Getting too many. Out.